Am I the a-hole for feeling trapped and suffocated by my roommate, acting like she's my guardian? I'm 19 female and my roommate is 26 female. On the surface, we get along well. She calls me her little sister, and at times she really does act like one. She can be warm, protective, and affectionate, which I initially appreciated since I had just moved out on my own. But that same big sister role quickly shifts into something overbearing. Whenever she's irritated or frustrated, she starts treating me like a child, dismissing my feelings, ignoring my opinions, and acting like I can't think for myself. It's incredibly confusing to deal with someone who can seem so nurturing one moment and so controlling the next. A big issue is how much she tries to impose her religious values onto me. She constantly comments on what I wear, how I speak, and who I spend time with. She's made remarks about my identity that feel dismissive and judgmental. If I try to assert myself or disagree, she often scolds me, telling me I'm disappointing her, or implying that I'm making bad choices. It feels less like a roommate relationship and more like I'm being parented against my will. She also controls a lot of our social interactions. For example, she invited 2 of her friends to stay with us even though she knew they had acted inappropriately in the past. When their behavior made me uncomfortable, she brushed it off or even blamed me, saying it was my fault because of how I dressed or acted. On nights out, she insists I tag along, but doesn't let me interact freely. I usually end up walking behind her like a child. People have even mistaken her for my mom, which is humiliating. Even in moments where she's trying to protect me, her methods are suffocating. She monitors my choices, dictates who I should and shouldn't talk to, and enforces her own rules about how I should live. I've started feeling anxious in my own home, like I'm constantly walking on eggshells just to keep the peace. I don't know if I'm being overly sensitive or if this is just what happens when you live with someone older, but it feels like I have no autonomy left. I want to set boundaries and reclaim some personal space without being treated like I'm betraying her. I want more independence and respect in our living situation. So, am I the a-hole for feeling trapped and suffocated by my roommate acting like she's my guardian?